Hello everybody. I just left the doctor's office. I had recorded a video earlier on the way to the doctor, and when I shut the video off, we went over a mountain. So a bit of an incline, and my ears started popping. And I had a searing headache, which went from my eye, the surgery eye, up into my head, and it was killing me. And I was waiting for them to call me into the building because, COVID restrictions and whatnot, they don't allow you to come into the building. You got to wait for them to call you. And I was dying. So I had this really severe headache. And I was like, oh my God, I want to go back to work tomorrow. What's going on? Am I having a stroke? Like, I was totally in pain, suffering. So I got up to the doctor's office. Eventually they took me in. And they said the pressure was high in my eye. And I told the doctor that when I went over the mountain, I was, and I'm going head face down again. When I went over the mountain, my ears were popping, but like my significant other's ears were not popping. And I said, are we in a higher elevation? And he was like, no. And I'm like, my ears are popping. Then all of a sudden I was like, oh, my head, my eye. So anyway, I had to stay there almost an hour. And they were putting drops in my eye to bring the pressure down, so I had to wait. They checked the pressure 4 times. The first, obviously, 3 times wasn't good enough. And then finally, he put more drops in, and he checked again, and the pressure came down to a safe number where I could leave. So now I have to go to my pharmacy and pick up a prescription for these drops to keep the pressure down. He thought it was definitely set off by going over the mountain, but he said mostly for the normal people, because, I'm not normal here. For the normal people, you'd have to get on an airplane. And he said that's why you have your wristband too. We are not allowed to fly. And I'm like, nah, that's cool. I'm not flying. The green wristband I showed you in the other videos. So anyway, we looked at the scan. He scanned my eye. They get as much as they can from what they can see from behind your gas bubble. Basically, me looking out the gas bubble, I told them it looks like looking out of a dirty window. So I could see, but not really. And they did my eye exam, and he did the scan. And basically, when they were doing the vision test, it was, I couldn't see like the middle letter. So I said, oh, that's kind of like how this all started with the hole in my retina. And they said that, your vision is, instead of 20/20, it's 21/50. Pre-surgery, when my eyes were still good, my vision was 20/60, and then as my eyes continued to get worse with the hole in my retina, the macular hole, my vision went to 2100. So instead of 20/20, it was 2100. Now post-surgery, I'm 21/50, but I still have like 3 more weeks of this gas bubble in my eye, and he said the vision should improve, and as the vision improves, the cataract is going to grow, and so I'll be climbing like a high, like, oh, my vision looks good, and then all of a sudden it's going to dip, and I'm not going to be able to see good again, and they're going to have to do that cataract. So that's where I'm at. He also said that, unfortunately, and I was very good, because your first week of the face down is very important. And I told him, I suffered, I hated it, I did my best, blah, 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 and I was always looking down at the floor, and, when I couldn't sleep on my stomach or whatever, I was sitting up looking at the floor and doing what I was supposed to do. And he said, no, you did a good job. He said the hole is closed, but not all the way. So, I mean, from what it was, it looks a lot better, but it's not completely closed, and that is probably why I still can't see the middle letter. So, I probably will have to like turn my head like I was doing the whole time, turn and look a different way just to see what I need to see. So, I mean, it's better. It's right now the vision's bad, 20 over 150, but it's going to improve. The hole is not going to improve, so unfortunately it's where it's at, but it came together pretty nicely. There's just a smaller portion. I have both pictures to compare, and I'll probably post up the latest picture, or I may post up the comparison of the two so you can take a peek and see that there is improvement, but there's still a hole there. So I'm still hoping for the best. I got to pick up a new prescription now and add that to my, eye drops. So now I'll be taking 4 a day till tomorrow. One of the drops off after tomorrow, and then, all is well. And I did tell the doctor, I'm like, I got to go back to work tomorrow. Like, I am, I can't not work. I need to be working. I want to be a functioning member of society. So he's like, I understand. I said, I laid there and I thought about how I could reorganize my office, but I wasn't allowed to get up. So, I mean, I was not the most comfortable, laying there thinking about everything. I said, I really want to get back to work tomorrow. And he was okay with that. And I gave him the paperwork to fill out for my job to say I can return with no restrictions. I'll be patching my eye, and he said, of course, if there's any issues, to give him a call. So that's that, everybody. The surgery was not successful, but it's not bad either. So I don't know what the percentage of the success is. I was guessing like 90% success because that hole looks a lot smaller than it was. But we'll see. It's a wait and see. He said we won't know for a couple weeks. I go back next week, and I'll let you know what the vision update is. And I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day and have a great week. And I'll be back on next week with an update. All right, friends. Everybody take care. Bye.